Hello, and welcome to the Book of Ramblings. I'm joined here by Philippe.
Hi.
And João.
Hello.
And me, I'm Hugo. Hello. And we're continuing our episodes on education and university education. And today we're going to talk about the general progression of the education system. So year 1 to university. And yes, I was about to say system.
So do you enjoy the education system?
Yes.
It makes sense. We're starting from year 1. So
Yes, that's how it works.
Okay, so
Totally on purpose.
where do we want to start? From the student's perspective or the teacher's perspective?
I guess
students.
students. Yeah.
That's where we've been till
Yes.
now. So
Okay, so student starts Google Dada. So after that, what happens?
no, that's not year 1. That's like
Oh yeah, sure,
That's like-
sure.
That's pre-year 1. But we could actually start there.
yeah.
if you want to go to pre-formal education.
Yeah,
in a
I'm not
sense.
actually very versed in that. Because I have my experience to go through.
Have you ever heard of the original concept of kindergarten? Like the German...
The German one?
Yes.
No.
Like originally... Now the kindergarten is just the name you give to preschool. So
You can use preschool.
yeah.
You can just use the word
They're
preschool.
basically
The synonyms.
synonyms, but there was a very specific concept. So they trained kids to use blocks and stuff like different... They made kids play in a specific way so that they enhanced specific skills,
Yeah.
like thinking about space and geometry.
Logical.
Yes, logical
Problem
thinking.
solving.
And most of those kids that were involved, I have no reference. I don't remember the studies.
Okay.
Don't quote us. Listen, don't quote us.
But you can go and search. I'm sure you'll find
Something?
someone that is way more scholared in this than I am, talking about it. But yeah, the original concept was a lot more specific. Now it's just preschool. We talk about kindergarten to refer to preschool in general, but it was not always like that. So I think that's a cool thing because most of those kids then grew up to be engineers actually. So
Oh, that's
instead
fun.
of
Makes sense.
and similar studies were made with artists. So kids that were taught to draw stuff, and then they, like a big portion of them, like a statistically significant
Number of them.
Yes.
Look at you talking scientific.
Makes sense.
Right?
How was your preschool days? Do you have any recollection of that?
I remember the free time. I don't remember I remember playing with Beyblades on my free time
Oh yeah, that's great.
and
yeah.
the Game Boys and all that, but I don't really remember the
You had a Game Boy in preschool?
in my
privilege.
in my one of
What?
those were the advanced ones
the Game Boy
I had
I only had one of those like in 4th grade.
I had one when I was 5.
I never have
5?
one. That's different.
Yeah, the last year of preschool, it's you're 5 years old, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
It
Oh,
was
nice.
pretty cool. It was pretty cool. It
No,
was
I
my
did-
first console.
yeah.
It was earlier than 4th grade, but I didn't have it in preschool. I remember that.
Oh, I
So-
I did, but I wasn't the one. Some kids had it, and when you're a kid, one kid has it, and everyone plays a little bit on it
Yes.
and rotates.
That's nice.
My Game Boy Advance.
No, actually, there wasn't a lot of that, so
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah.
At the time, I think when consoles were very local, and there was a lot of that sharing, just I couldn't do it, try it
Oh, yeah,
yourself,
yeah, yeah.
and
This
let's
is
see.
no gaming podcast.
Yeah, we it's not out of because I think those playing times are really important
Yeah, that's
in terms
Yes,
of
yes.
learning those soft skills we were talking about before.
yeah.
And you'll learn a lot of them through that just
Social rules
interaction.
and social,
normal social
Probably taught you a little bit of sharing, teamwork,
yeah,
sort of thing.
a lot of it, and because there's you have people, they're not teachers, but you have people, caretakers there constantly around you. When you do something that's not good,
accepted.
when you're mean,
Like
to
slapping them.
Yeah, when you're violent or when you're just mean or something, there's someone to correct you. So it's a good moment to. It's a good moment to, for them to start learning those social rules and those social skills. So I think that playtime is really important. And you're a child.
Yeah.
So
You gotta play, man.
Yeah.
you need to have and you learn a lot of also motor skills just playing, like running around, playing.
We learn through play. That's
Yeah.
how humans work.
And even games, a
but
lot of hand-eye coordination.
Did you guys have any kind of, let's say, quote unquote formal education?
They tried.
I for sure did. I just don't remember.
Yeah, that's
it.
fair. That's fair.
I only remember the
It probably stuck with you. You just don't
clearly-
remember it.
I clearly remember that the only thing they could teach me was how to write my name.
That's not bad.
That's
something.
good. That's a good start.
That's
Like
something.
they tried a lot of stuff, and I was
something.
always like, "No, I'm
That's
gonna learn in school. I'm gonna learn in." They're like, "Nope." Let
The
me be a kid.
original procrastinator.
Started early, guys.
I learned that in school.
But it's true though.
I
Yeah.
learned that in school.
And they taught me to teach, and the way they did it was like, but you have to know how to write your name so you can sign the tests. And in school, no one's gonna teach you that. And I'm like,
Oh, they fooled you. They fooled you, man.
and I fell for it.
You got.
I mean,
That's a smart one, actually.
so yeah, I knew how to write my name.
Yeah, everybody knows that. But the rest of what you do is like, playing with blocks and painting and... You do a lot of that, right?
I remember that I had English class.
Oh, I didn't.
I didn't. I
I
only
remember that I
school.
started learning English then.
no.
I remember. I have like a distinct memory of being in class. I don't remember any more of that.
what they said, yeah.
And I recently have found the little diploma that I got. It's pretty good.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cute. So I started early, but I don't remember much else.
I remember a lot actually. I remember we used to sing stuff. So like we would join in a circle and we would sing Portuguese kids songs.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
makes
that's right.
sense. Yeah.
They would teach us the colors, which I do remember.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No, you don't.
Oh, yeah. I remember that because I didn't...
Yeah.
I
That's
didn't
the
know
joke.
them. I didn't know them, My mom thought like, oh, something's wrong.
Oh no, my child's retarded.
So she found out pretty early I was colorblind.
That didn't help you.
You went through it.
I went through it because like,
You learned like
I'm
3
just
to 4 years ago.
I'm just like slightly colorblind, so like, the
yeah.
colors are very vibrant when they teach you, and I'm always like, yeah, I can see those. So
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
for
just
me, no.
slightly, so I never noticed. Yeah, and I also remember watching TV. Like we had an hour to watch TV, a specific hour of the day to watch TV.
Interesting.
Yes, we watched the Teletubbies.
Oh, that's right. yeah.
We watched some, but not like we watched like kids movies, like
Yeah.
The Lion King or stuff
Yeah,
like
Yeah.
that.
Oh, that's nice. I would rather watch that.
And then you had the sleep, like nap time.
Yeah.
I never took the
I
nap
never
time.
took nap time.
I
I
did.
thought.
I did.
Like no, they forced me to do it
Yeah.
at 3.
Yeah.
Like you have to take nap, but like the 5-year-old kids don't take nap anymore because they're trying to train them to school where
Yeah.
you don't
Yeah.
have it, which is dumb. You should just make naps to school. Bring
Yes.
the nap to school.
Yes. Bring nap time to the workplace. Let's
Yeah.
do it.
So I agree. So I was just saying like.
I say
at 4
that, but I
Yeah.
don't think I would take it.
But you don't have to work.
I would take it. I take more naps now than when I was a kid.
Yeah, yeah. But like at 4, I started playing with the 5-year-olds instead of taking nap because I couldn't. I have a really hard time falling asleep till
Yeah.
now. But like then I couldn't. But
I didn't have a hard time falling asleep. I was just like, there's so much more interesting things to do than just go to sleep right now. I just ate.
I got stuff to do,
Yeah,
man.
but-
The sun's out.
So yeah, nap time. So if you take out nap time, TV time, there's very little else to do that day. And like recess, because recess is like most of your day.
Yeah.
When you're a kid, it's like half an hour recess or more sometimes. So, but I think what you end up doing is a lot of formal, informal learning. Like
Yes,
it's a formal moment of
Yeah.
learning, but you're not doing nothing very demanding
yeah, it's not very
or
demanding.
or very structured. It's usually they allow you to do stuff.
Writing my name is demanding. What do you
Oh
mean?
boy.
For like a 3-year-old, it is demanding.
Yeah, true,
Right.
true. But
Do
yeah.
you think that this kind of first contact to education could help certain educators, the staff that it helps that are with the kids to sort of determine what a kid is certainly inclined to something. So probably see if the kid is more artistically inclined, more logically inclined.
I don't know. I think that's a hard thing to do.
I think both can happen. So you can either see what the kid is naturally good at doing, or you can implement what the kid is going to be good at doing.
Oh,
Both.
you could format.
Right, yeah.
You kind of can. I think the best and most ethical way to do it would be to just present him with a lot of options and see what he has fun with.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
What he ends up choosing, like, not in terms of aptitude, but just fun.
Yeah.
He likes it. He ends up doing it more than the other stuff, so he likes it. Then, it's but like, I have a hard time with, focusing a lot on aptitude.
Yeah.
Because in the end of the day, you're very, like, malleable.
Yeah.
You can get at the end of your, like, formal education and decide, I hate everything I've done. I'm gonna do something completely different.
Could be me.
Yeah, but, what I'm trying to say is that if a kid has fun with something,
Yes.
I think you should, like, incentivize him to do it.
Yeah,
Don't
and-
prohibit the kid from doing something that he finds fun,
yes.
unless it's,
It's a hard thing.
evil,
To,
mean.
but it's a destroying the other kids'
yeah,
blocks
like-
construction.
Unless it's,
That's how you create a type A personality. I'm the best.
That's how you create me. So
I'm not type A.
yeah, I'm not type A, but
not okay, yeah.
but I did destroy the kids' towers. So
That's mean. I hope you understand now. That's mean.
No, you're not type A. You're just like an agent of chaos.
Yeah, but so yeah, in that sense, yeah. What you're trying to say, it's hard.
it's
what
like
you mean?
there's a ton of stuff you can do.
yeah.
So
You never
there's
gonna.
a ton of stuff.
You
Yeah,
can,
there's no one clear cut.
yeah, you can't find a person's path at 4 or 5 years old. It's impossible.
Not with
It's
that attitude.
you could try and format him. You could.
Yes,
But
I
that's-
imagine that happens.
But that's what I'm gonna say. That's not very nice, and not
That's not very
nice.
and not ethical at all.
Is
It's a
it though?
person.
Is it though? I don't know. Because the kid doesn't look like he's suffering, and later
Yeah,
he's
the kid
gonna
doesn't
be,
know better.
No,
I'm
because
saying
because
is-
at the
so,
start you're gonna probably
I
have to force
understand
him to
the
do
m-
stuff he doesn't really.
I understand the moral implications of what we are saying here, and I understand that you should teach your kid to learn a bit of everything.
Yeah.
You should.
At the very least, so the kid can try it out.
But like, if you're, I don't know, if your father is very good at, I don't know, playing golf. Okay, golf is a
Yeah.
bad example because it's a rich people's sport.
It's
but-
but I understand what you mean.
so you're going to end up playing
doing
golf.
all of that
Yeah.
because it's what he's good at. I understand what you mean, but sometimes
He's gonna end up bringing you to what he
Yeah,
likes,
yeah,
like
yeah,
not
yeah.
because he is trying to
I know to format you.
format you. It's just, hey, I enjoy this.
Yeah.
So come
Take
with
the,
me.
take
And,
the cup
yeah.
and enjoy it with me. Like,
But a lot of times that doesn't end up in nothing.
Yeah.
You don't end up going to golf. Like it might be a hobby for you, but
Yes.
for him it was like professional, and for you is like something you do with someone you love. You know what I mean?
ooh.
So,
What is that going on?
so you know what I mean? Like, but maybe what the basic skills that golf develops, like motor skills,
Yeah.
might influence you.
Transferable skill.
Those more transferable skill might influence what you end up doing, but you know what I mean, what I'm
Yes.
trying to say.
Yes.
That's more likely than you going to golf as well.
Yes, I can't stop imagining you going to to an interview and like what are your transferable skills? So I played golf.
So I have
So
motor
I
skills.
have motor skills.
I got motor skills coming out of the wazoo, man.
I have a pretty good hand-eye coordination.
Exactly.
So that's nice. That's nice.
That's nice. So how is that going to help you with Java or coding?
I can type real good.
I can see what I'm
feel-
typing.
I miss a lot less keys.
Yeah.
my guy.
Honestly,
I miss a lot less.
that would be a good thing, I guess. No, I mean, your typing speed, it matters. Your
But
error ratio is decreased. That's pretty good.
Maybe
I
don't
guess
know.
you
I
can
don't
do
know.
your work
I
faster.
don't know
That's
what I'm
good for
talking
you, I guess.
And for your
No, because you
your
won't
boss.
take. No,
Yeah,
you won't.
faster doesn't mean better.
No, because you
Depends.
won't take more work. You'll take you'll take less time, but say that you take more.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Okay, so after kindergarten comes.
Or preschool.
Listen,
Kindergarten is a weird word for me.
it's German roots.
Yeah,
It
I
is what
know,
it is.
I know,
After
I know.
that comes year 1, 2, 3, and 4, which is I'm not sure about other countries, but at
Yeah.
least here that's how we
Yeah, it's the first
we do it.
cycle of...
First cycle of education, well, formal education, we should say.
You learn up to doing times operations.
Yeah, it's very basic stuff.
You learn to
dividing
read,
operations.
write.
Yeah.
Read,
Very
write.
important. Very important.
Yeah, basic stuff.
Read, write,
Like
stuff beside your name.
And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
you start you start to hate math before
Yeah.
you actually understand that you're not learning math.
No, I don't think you start hating math here because you only learn like to add, subtract, divide.
Yeah, kids don't know that. Kids don't know
multiply.
that. Kids don't know that factorial numbers come like 8 years later.
No, that's why.
If Philippe buys 8 oranges,
Yeah, and then
Why does he need so many oranges?
eight is not that much.
Yeah, you know.
yeah,
Maybe it's an
but if
acceptable
Philippe
one.
buys 50 oranges
Yeah, like yeah. If you,
and eats 3, gives 2 to João, how many oranges is he left?
Yeah. One thing that I do think is worth talking about, specifically not just about this period of time. It happens later too, but the impact that some teachers have on kids at a very young age.
oh yeah, because at least here you have like a teacher from 1st to 4th.
Yes, and sometimes a good teacher leaves a really good impression, but a bad teacher, not necessarily a bad teacher. What I mean is sometimes the teachers have some approaches, some ways of doing things that they don't necessarily know it's a bad thing because it's a generational thing, or maybe they have a bad temper of some sort. It can lead to lasting, let's call it damages to kids.
That's a lot of them. No, but it's true. It's true. It's true. It's one of the teachers that probably has the most impact because you're very malleable at that age and it stays with you for so
Yes.
long.
And it's just one teacher.
Yeah, that stays for
one
so long,
teacher.
age. Because like after that, like you switch teacher when you switch discipline. So like
Yeah.
I hate that math teacher, but the others are cool. You know? So that's easier. But then you start hating math.
But
That makes
but the thing is, when you have different teachers for different classes, sometimes you think you hate
class.
a class because of the teacher.
yeah,
Yeah.
It happens a lot.
And I
man.
think
It
think
has happened.
from
Yeah, I hate
year
music.
1 to year 4, you hate the music class, not
Yeah,
music.
I hate. Yeah, that's what I meant. It was in context, but yeah, I hate music
Yeah, yeah.
class because of that.
Yeah, you sometimes think you hate the class
Yeah.
because of the teacher.
And I think that having the same teacher for all classes kind of because you're a lot more malleable.
But
At that age.
then you just hate school if you hate the teacher.
Probably, yes.
Yeah.
But at least you don't hate the class.
You just hate the school, you know. School is awful.
I do remember I did the times table every day when we every single.
I never memorized.
I did that a lot.
I never
I memorized
memorized
it.
it because
I can't do it.
I memorized
man,
it out of
I
repetition.
I
literally.
never did it because I was like, oh, this is so much work for nothing. I won't do it.
And
I
if-
will not
I am,
do this much work
To this
for nothing.
day, terrible at mental arithmetics. Terrible. I
just
can't do it.
Just to subtract, like I know how to multiply by 1, 2, 5, and 10, and then you go from there.
You know what?
I do the
That's
same.
great
I just
for you.
got better at it.
Listen, that's great for you. I'm happy. I'm happy that you achieved that level. That's great.
No, but I'm slower than someone that knows it by heart. You know?
No.
That's what I do.
Oh, okay.
I just do it faster.
Okay.
Because the teacher was like, the way she would test us, like at the end of every math class, which is a lot.
Oh,
she would go,
That's a lot of tests.
Yeah, I didn't. Mine was much chiller.
nope.
I had
chill,
a
man.
much better experience.
No
in
chill,
my,
man. No chill.
my teacher was very good, actually. So no question.
No, I think I have. That just reminded me of something. Me and our creative department, George.
missing today.
Yeah, he's missing.
We met when we day 1 of year 1.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
That we know each other from that long ago, and between 3rd and 4th grade,
Yeah.
we had an absolutely brilliant teacher. She was great, but we had a very, very noisy class.
Yeah. But
And
that.
do you know how she used to shut us up? With a goddamn whistle.
Oh shit!
Whistle.
Oh, that's a bit grazing for class.
Nice, nice. That's
a bit
very
crazy.
nice.
It was kind of fun, actually.
Yeah, I actually forgot. I don't remember my first year
I do remember.
because my first year I was in public school and then
Yep.
I went to.
I cried on my first day of school because I was like, no, I don't want to be left here with complete strangers.
Yeah, I probably did cry, but I don't remember.
I remember it like very vividly.
But they
I
offered
don't-
us Chucky Milk on
Shocking me
Milk.
because you're epic.
on public school.
Yes.
When you
No,
went,
that's something.
when you went
do.
to that they should offer you the meal, but
Yeah.
like because for a lot of families, like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
very hard. So
I
that's
actually-
another thing.
You mentioned the first year teacher. I actually don't remember mine because I didn't have one.
remember-
I had multiple.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, that was not good for our class.
That's fun. Like
I remember all of my teachers, all of them. I don't remember some names,
Yeah, but you remember the
but
faces?
I do remember their faces. I do remember the names of all of my first year and to fourth year teachers.
Oh,
That's great. I remember the third and fourth.
Yeah, I remember the one I had after when I came to the private school. I went after public school, but I don't remember the first because it was like a year.
I don't remember my colleagues though. Like
I remember some.
I remember some. Yeah, I remember
the
some
ones
of them.
I've retained
Yes.
till now. You know.
I no, and I remember the ones that I used to play with.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's
I,
normal.
That
like,
makes sense. Why would you remember the other dude that was sitting the?
but then
Other side
there were
of the
some.
room.
There were some that were like everyone knew them kind of, and I also remember
Yeah,
those.
yeah, yeah.
But then the other ones I
Makes
just
sense, man. There's a lot of people that probably don't remember you either. You know.
yeah. It's very weird though. You can be on the street and cross paths with someone from your first year of school, and neither of you remember the other one.
I'm really good with faces and not with names. So sometimes I just see someone and I know you from
Yeah,
somewhere.
but like
I
kid-
don't know where.
There's some
but I know
kids
you.
there's some kids that if I saw today probably I wouldn't recognize
Yeah.
their face.
Yeah.
You know.
Same.
I probably have an advantage in that case because from year 1 to year 6, my class was pretty much the same.
Yeah. Okay.
Mine's changed from
And then
4th
from
to 5th.
7th to 8th, 9th, again, the same.
Well,
And then 10th to 12th.
I changed
Yeah.
from second to
YouTube.
third grade, and then I changed again from fourth to
Yeah.
fifth because I went to your school.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
so
it's mine.
Yeah, there's a lot of change.
yeah.
There's a lot of change.
Chaos.
I stayed in the same school from 4th to 5th, and I still changed class.
Yeah.
So, but then it stayed the same till 9th.
Yeah.
So that's pretty. And like some people came from outside, you know. But the
And that change of environment from the people you socialize with at a very young age actually helps you, I would like to think. You know, you don't think so?
It depends. Helps
think
you on what?
it's a new anxiety
Yeah.
for a kid, and the
Yeah,
big
I
one.
understand.
And the big
It's
one.
it's something. It helped me. So it helped me in the socializing department.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It didn't help me in keeping up with everything else because then it's a new thing that I have to focus on.
Oh, you mean
School itself.
I can't doesn't really help you with school because you have now new people to know and get along with.
Yes. So
Okay,
you
okay,
have
okay.
now a new pressure.
Yeah.
So
Those first days first weeks.
yeah,
are
yeah.
like
from not just first weeks. 'cause-
yeah, but
like
you're a kid. Yeah.
from first to second year, you're making friends. Everything's good, and then the second to third, you switch. So
Yeah,
now
I should probably have phrased that better. Yeah. No, because I agree with you. I meant it helps you probably in the long run. Not in the year
oh no,
itself.
yeah, but in the moment, it's horrible.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's a new pressure. It's a new anxiety. It's
And for a kid,
and
you know,
honestly,
for a kid, it's huge pressure.
I just felt the problems and not the benefits because I don't feel like I was really social up until eighth, ninth grade.
Yeah. So,
Like
but
10.
it's a lot of pressure for a kid, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
You take a lot into account what other kids
Yeah.
think of you.
Even if you don't talk with them. which
Yeah,
is
even if you
stupid.
don't. So it's like.
But yeah.
So it's
We're
like.
kind of hardwired for that, right? We're social creatures, so you know.
Yes, you're
The idea
community
what
creatures.
what do the other people think of me? It kind of just bubbles up.
We are biologically driven to be a community.
Sure.
It's true.
It's true.
Kinda cringe, not gonna lie.
I just
But
said.
it is.
I just said sure because it stayed silent. So sure.
Gotta empty that out. Yeah.
Thank you for not making the audience awkward.
Yeah. But like we jumped a bit in a bit of
Yes.
things, but like informal, like first cycle of education, it's like you got to learn the basics,
Yes.
like read, write, basic math,
Yeah.
Colors.
basic.
Colors.
You probably should have done that before, but you do that again.
Yes, you do
You
that
learn,
again.
you learn a little bit of science.
Yes.
Very
You,
In
you,
the-
do,
in
you, do,
history.
you do basic biology and like
water cycle, environmental stuff.
very macro. You know, like
Not very-
learning the animals. You do that again a
You
little
learn,
bit.
you learn the, you learn the animals in
Yeah.
preschool. I forgot about that. You also learn the correct colors of the trash cans.
Oh, the recycling bins.
Yes, thank you.
Oh yeah, you learn all those. I think they're more like
That's more societal stuff.
So
Yes.
you learn a bit of just things you need to know
Yeah.
for every day. So because you have Portuguese, math, and then everything else,
yes.
MISC.
It kind of is this. What was the name of the class?
Middle studies.
Yeah, middle
Yeah,
studies. Yeah.
I don't know if that's the
No,
correct
no,
name in
it's
English.
it's not middle. It's
It-
Estudos do Meio, so it's like a study of
environmental.
the, yeah,
Environmental studies.
yeah, or
is-
like
that's stupid. No, that doesn't make sense.
I don't know.
context studies, more like,
That's good.
more
That's
like
good.
something like that. But yeah, you learn and you have English for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You learn to say 3 and 3, which whacked my head a lot, like 3 and 3, and I was, what?
But they mean completely different things.
Yeah, like green and all that.
Did you
basic
start
stuff.
having English from first year?
I think second only. I think
Second?
second only.
I only took English in the third year.
I think it was second because they want you to focus on Portuguese first, like
Yeah.
learn to read and write in our language, and then we'll see about another one.
I know I started in preschool. I don't remember when it started in the first cycle of education. I think I know that third grade I had it. I don't know if it was the first.
Yeah.
Let's take a minute here to emphasize how stupid it is that you start learning English from third year, but then you start learning French at seventh.
Yeah.
No
And
one
the-
learns
And then
anything.
you know nothing about
No-
French.
No one
No,
learns
nothing.
French unless they have an interest in it.
Yeah, and do a lot of effort outside of class.
I took Spanish.
Okay,
Do you
sure.
know
Or
anything
Spanish.
about it?
It's not difficult since
Because
it's very
Spanish isn't
close to
difficult for
Portuguese.
Portuguese speakers.
But do you speak Spanish
I-
or Portugal?
I really I really lost. I was pretty good at Spanish by
In
ninth.
English, that would be like Portuguese.
Portuguese, that's really good. Yeah, no, I was pretty good actually
Okay.
up until ninth, and then
Yeah, then
it went. It went.
But like some people in my class were good in French, they were good at the class of French.
Yeah, not the language, the
Yeah,
class.
but if you ask them to speak with a French person, they would be like,
Je ne parle baguette.
That's
Probably-
the only sentence I remember how
Je
to
ne
say.
parle pas
Ce n'est pas
français.
français. Je ne parle pas français. Because I literally thought to myself, I'm not gonna remember
Yeah.
any of this.
Yeah.
But
Pretty useful.
It's probably more useful to say, do you speak English?
I should have learned that. But that's something that only occurred to me after I had the classes. So I
Yeah.
never.
Yeah, it tends
I
to
could go
happen.
to Google Translate one day. I don't know.
Yeah, but you learn that, but they really want you to learn English, and they
Yeah.
don't care if you learn a foreign language, But like, it's a lot of basic stuff in that
Yeah.
year. Like, they want to try to teach you what you'll need to learn the things after. So I think that
The thing is, I still think that not in all the classes, but I think that up until sixth year, you are still learning basics for some discipline.
but you start having stuff like
Yep, history is history.
History is history.
Is history.
That's-
Then
yeah.
you start actually.
Math
It's
has
Portuguese
letters.
history, but it.
In sixth,
Yeah, no.
No, it's
Yes,
not.
yes.
It
The first,
starts.
yes,
the
you have
sixth.
variables and fractions.
really?
For the first time in,
I thought
in
that was
fifth
like-
year, yes.
Third cycle, not
No.
second.
Nope.
Letters. I
Yes.
don't think you do. I think you only do equations in seventh.
Equations, yes. The equations are not letters.
Yeah, but then we use letters for what?
But I think they actually
like
introduce
N?
equations in the
Like
end of sixth
N?
year.
X, Y, Z.
X-
no,
and
and like
Oh, sequences.
yeah.
sequences and stuff like that.
and I think yeah.
You start
On-
introducing the concept of X also, but it's in
Wait, like,
he has
in an
X
image
oranges, like
or-
you solve
or-
problems with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you start introducing the concept of
Yes.
a
Oh,
variable.
and in images, like you have two sides of a triangle, and they say the other side is like an Z geometry and they tell
Yes.
you to figure it
Oh,
out.
geometry.
Because you'll never, you're not really doing an equation because
Yeah.
you're doing a normal
Yeah,
thing.
but that's not. I wouldn't. It is within the realm of math, but it's not really that. It's not very advanced. Still,
No, but they need to touch.
sorry,
fifth year.
Yeah.
it's advanced basics.
Yeah, they need to teach you how to do
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
fraction before you,
Yeah.
before you start doing like.
And some people never do.
Yeah.
So
I don't. I don't. I don't remember if I want to. If I need to, which I don't. Nobody needs to do a fraction in everyday
I
life.
do.
You
Yeah,
don't.
I do.
In everyday life, you don't need it.
I do. It's
Stop.
my work.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's not
that's-
everyday life.
yeah,
that's
yeah.
work. That's labor.
That's labor.
Neighbor.
Yeah, but that's not everyday life. You don't need fractions in everyday life. You don't. You just don't. You just don't. You just don't. Because nobody wants to figure something out and says, I'll stay with this as a number under another number. That's good to me. I can use it in my everyday life. 1/3 or 34 under 66.
Can I
That's really
can I
useful for me.
reintroduce you to the concept of a percentage?
Yeah,
It's the same thing.
yeah, but
exactly
do
the same
you
thing.
use it in everyday life?
Percentages? Yeah.
You don't. You really don't, my
Don't
guy.
you go shopping?
Why do you use percentages in shopping? Like
50% off.
Yeah, and then yeah, man, but Jesus,
I enjoy this a lot more than I should.
Jesus Christ, my guy, Jesus Christ.
An engineer and a psychologist
Usually,
going to a bar.
do you usually have to do the math by yourself? Rarely.
An engineer and a
Rarely.
psychologist
I have a
walk into a
calculator.
bar. If you're in America, you should actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because they
because
have
of the
tax
tipping
after,
thing,
and they
whatever.
have tax
Oh, that's
after.
stupid. That's
But that's
so-
weird.
so-
I'm talking
so
about.
dumb.
I'm talking about my reality.
Everybody else.
Yeah. No, but
I'm the one that matters.
But what I'm saying, yeah, you use fractions for that, but you have like I don't know how to say it in English, but this regra tres simples.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no clue how that's said in
Yeah.
English. Like, it's when you have two fractions and one
I'm gonna
variable.
look it up.
Okay.
Ignore me. Proceed.
But like you learn like a very easy way to do it, and they teach you like in
I still do it that way.
yeah. Everyone does it, and they teach you in physics because they're like, oh, you haven't learned this in math yet.
It's
okay.
only because that's the like if you go into physics because that I took a path
Yeah.
in physics. That's the story of your life. Like, that's literally.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we haven't learned that yet in math, in calculus.
So
And the class goes nope.
Yeah, so they
So they teach you
like, but
in
they-
the very weirdest way.
Yeah, they teach you the most easiest way to do it.
The easiest
yeah,
way.
I
And then you go into math and you're like, I don't get any of
Yeah.
this. And the teacher's like, so this is this. And you're like, that's the thing the physics teacher told me. So,
Yeah, it was like they asked us,
Harvest
have
rule.
you learned equations?
harvest.
Harvest rule.
Okay,
Like
What?
harvest?
As in you harvest the crops.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay.
Makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
It makes
Makes zero sense.
No, it makes sense that it was probably something.
Oh, no, it's
used
because of
in-
the way the numbers probably.
Yeah.
Like the thing,
Yeah.
harvest. Whatever.
Makes sense. Makes sense. I don't care.
think-
It should probably make sense. I don't care.
Somehow in English this is too overly complicated.
Wait. Okay. So for us, it's really simple.
I think I'm wrong.
Yeah?
Yeah,
I think I'm
you're
wrong.
probably wrong.
Harvest control.
Now
I think
that's
that's
probably
something else.
Yeah, you're-
Never mind. Proceed.
yeah, but it's We'll explain what it was. But
Did it? I
Kind
wasn't
of.
listening.
Yeah,
two,
kind
two
of.
fractions, you're missing one part of one of them.
yeah,
And
you have one unknown.
yes, a variable.
I really come to find that talking about the stuff that I've learned in English is significantly more difficult.
It's because
you-
you didn't learn the
You learn in
concepts.
Portuguese. Also, the other day I was watching a video. The part of the brain that processes numbers and the part of your brain that processes speech are different. So whenever you're trying to translate numerical stuff, you're screwed.
Goody.
Yeah,
Great to be an engineer.
you're
But
screwed.
there are numerical stuff like supposed to be more like
Universal?
standardized.
Yep. But when you think about it, you don't think in English.
Oh yeah, I understand.
Try to do calculus in English. You don't.
Oh, I understand what you. But yeah, I understand what you mean. Like 3 minus 2 or something.
Yeah,
like
if
that.
you have to think in English, like 3 minus 2, it
yeah,
takes
but
a
you
lot
don't. You,
more than
you imagine the numbers,
Portuguese.
you know. You mentioned the images,
Yes.
you know. So it's indifferent.
It hurts my brain.
3 times 5.
That's
15.
easy. Yeah,
But it
an
takes
easy-
more, right?
It took me a second.
It takes more. You have to. to think like, wait, this is a 3 and this is. It's like you're not trained to think in
Three.
English.
5, 5. Yeah,
I actually felt myself like, I don't know.
You don't.
But he kind of cornered you a bit. So.
Yeah,
Of course,
I'm also on camera.
that's how I prove a point.
But like,
I use the fallacies. Go on.
that is not how you. Okay.
but yeah. So you go from basics to slightly less basics to slightly less basics.
Yes.
Yeah, because you leave like the mandatory schooling at 12, and you're still in basics. You know, you never left.
You mean 12th grade?
Grade, yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
just not
Yeah,
12 years of age. 'Cause
No,
to be
12.
clear,
Oh yeah, sure.
I don't want people to think that we in Portugal are like
We are super advanced.
or really not.
By 12, by 12 years old, we learn the equivalent to 12th grade in other countries.
Yeah.
That's how we roll.
geniuses.
We really don't.
We're geniuses.
Geniuses.
Derp.
But yeah, so you're always in basic because you have one class of
You're always basic.
you have one class of yeah.
Took me out.
You have like 100 different classes and they each have to teach you their own things. So you're always starting from basic. And then stuff like this happens, like you get to physics and they ask you, have you learned how to do equations? And you say no. And they, okay, it works like this.
Ooh, you know what that reminds me?
So
That thing where teachers, right? So you have a question for your
Yes.
teacher, and you say, "I don't know this,"
yeah.
and your teacher turns to you and says, "You should already know this."
Yes. Like it is our fault.
Yeah,
I don't think it happened to me.
yeah, he did.
Probably.
Yeah, he did.
I
I'm
don't
telling
know.
you, it did.
I don't
We,
remember.
we
I
were,
don't
we were
remember.
both in class.
Yeah.
So we
No.
both remember it happening to you.
Oh,
Because it
what?
also happened to us.
Yeah.
When?
I can't give you a really good example, but I'm telling you, it
in
happened.
which
specifically
class?
In physics and chemistry.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, we care about it.
Right, it doesn't have to be a specifically to you thing. It could be a general
Yeah,
thing.
I understand what you mean, but like it's one of the classes I was like, oh, so we're not
I
supposed to
don't
care
care.
about. Okay, I don't.
But what I've come to find since I've started tutoring is that when teachers do that, kids stop wanting to ask questions
Of
because
Of course they want.
Yeah, man, you punish them.
yeah, you're punishing them. They
You're
feel
punishing-
ashamed
you're
and they
punishing them.
don't learn.
But that's
You're punishing for them for not knowing something you didn't teach. What? What?
that's actually the
What the
most
what?
basic part of behavioral psychology.
Yeah, don't punish people.
You gave them a negative, like something that they perceive as bad,
Yeah.
so they are disincentivized from doing that action.
Yeah.
If you want someone or some animal to stop doing an action, you punish them. You give them something bad. So they are disincentivized from doing it. So they disincentivize questions, which is probably what they want. Because if they didn't want that, they wouldn't do it.
Yeah, that's right.
It's it's very basic behavioral psychology, and everybody understands this. Even if you don't learn it, you understand it like
Conceptually.
naturally from
Intuitively, yeah.
Yeah, you have learned that if you want someone to do something, when they do it, you give them a prize,
Yes.
and if you don't want them, you punish them. You could just take away something good also, but very basic. If you want someone to repeat a behavior, you reward them. Like
Yeah.
if you want kids to ask questions, when a kid asks a question, you say, "Oh, very good, yeah."
Yeah, that's
like,
good question, even
Yeah.
if it isn't.
all questions are good in a sense, because if they didn't know them, it's
No,
because
that's not what I
it's
mean.
good for them.
There's
It's good for them if they didn't know it.
it's
It
not that the
depends.
kid.
When it's the third time you're answering the same question.
Yeah, man, but that's
Yeah, but I think that's a different behavior we're analyzing. It's not the act of asking; it's the act of being a nuisance.
I'm
But
just
no,
trying to say that not every question is a good question.
No, but you could have been asked the same question.
No question is stupid. No question is stupid, but not every question is a good question.
Yeah, but
That's
you might have answered
right.
the same question 100 times.
Yes.
But that kid didn't hear it because he was
'Cause he's a kid.
distracted, because he's a kid.
He was on his phone.
So no, but that's what I'm saying.
But it becomes frustrating real
There's-
fast.
I understand
Real
that,
fast.
and I'm not saying you should. That frustration is not normal. I'm saying that there's need to be a
You
certain
need to
care.
temper it. You need to temper.
You need to be careful with what you say.
And how you say it.
In how you say it.
Yes, that makes.
And you should make the kid know that, like, hey, you should pay more attention.
Yeah, but still answer
but
it.
still answer,
and
yes.
say, okay,
But
guys,
this is like this. But yeah.
yeah, and you should answer it anyway,
Yeah.
even if you punish them for asking, because
Yeah.
Come on, step up. Pay
what's he
attention.
gonna do now? He doesn't know it.
Yeah.
So you just left him with nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hard situation because you have like 30 kids in a class.
It's amazing.
And they're gonna
No, it's terrible. What are you talking
they're gonna
about?
get distracted by themselves. They're gonna get distracted by others.
Yeah,
they're gonna
social
get-
pressure is also something else because
No,
some
it's
kids are very self-conscious about speaking up.
Man, it's a hard situation to teach.
I was.
Yeah,
and
so-
it's a hard situation to learn in. Because
How life changes. Now I'm recording a podcast.
yeah.
but
Yeah, but it's
true. But
You learn this stuff. Stop.
what I was trying to say is that maybe there's a way to maximize that environment, like creating small groups.
Yes.
So they learn together, but that's gonna take a lot of effort from the teacher as well, because you're gonna have to change the way you teach.
Yeah.
yes.
You can't have as many classes where you're just presenting stuff, and sometimes you're gonna have to do it. You can't teach history without.
You can.
You can, but you
You
can
can,
teach.
it's-
But you're gonna have to explain some concepts. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
that's the role of the teacher. It's explaining concepts.
You know what I mean?
But you can take a
You're
group-
gonna have to have some theoretical
an
classes.
approach, and I think that's how school should work. Actually, like you can make groups, and so now we're gonna study this. You guys, all of you, make a project on this, and then like at the end we all see each other's what everyone found out, and I think that's the correct.
Yeah, because that teaches kids to,
Especially-
learn by themselves,
Yes.
search, be curious.
And they see other people's methods of working.
Yes.
They see like other kids.
That's all. Yeah, I agree. But that would have a very cooperative spirit that I think it's coming out of school, not going into school right
Yeah.
now, because that's not how the world works.
Yeah.
It's just the truth. No, it's true.
No, it's
At
true.
least
can-
the
you
Western
can-
world is hyper individualistic.
Yeah.
You teach kids in preschool to be cooperative, be nice to each other,
And then-
they get to college and they're kids that like won't share stuff, or will share stuff that's wrong.
Yeah.
So you fail,
I've seen that. It
which
pisses
is
me
a
off.
lot of work. Which is, it seems to me like wasted work, but sure, you've just
Depends.
sure. So and
I
then
never did that. No, I
Yeah,
never.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
No, I mean, what I mean is,
But, like-
you're writing a second set of.
No, it depends.
Notes.
If it's math, you can just fudge the
Yeah.
results, for example.
It's still too much work.
When like if someone just asks for the results to confirm theirs, and you fudge them, it's very
you
easy.
just whack them. Yeah.
I don't.
You just
very
I
easy.
don't have the energy to
just-
give a.
sometimes you literally just need to. Oh, that's one less number. You're
or add a comma.
yeah.
Something real bad there. But that kind of how when you get older and older and older, you get more and more competitive.
Yes.
I think that's just how our society works, I didn't mean to touch it. So I hope it didn't make a lot of noise.
That's fine.
But like that's how our society right now functions. It's hyper individualistic and I don't know, it's extremely competitive. So if you get to work or college, and I wouldn't say it's everywhere, everyone, but like a lot of places are very competitive.
Yes.
So like teaching kids to be cooperative is counterintuitive because I think it would be great, but then they get there and they'll be punished by the kids that didn't learn to be.
It's there was a term. It's not completely.
I think it should be then, but
It's not completely. It's adversary cooperation. That's the correct term. Like for example, I don't know if I should say this on a podcast.
well, if you don't want to say it,
But,
don't say it.
no.
my guy.
But it's everyone knows it's true. You know it's true. So it's adversarial cooperation. So you're cooperating. I work in a team, but
Sure.
everyone's trying to be better than the other one. You're cooperating because you want to
I don't like that. I hate that.
But
I
that's how.
Feels very backstabby.
That's
No,
usually.
that's competition. That's
It is competition.
That's how.
But it's also cooperation.
No, it's not.
Because if you don't
It's not.
cooperate, you can't.
It's not cooperation, man. It's not cooperation. That's a misunderstanding of the word
Feels
cooperation.
like manipulation with extra steps.
No, it's not manipulation.
It's forced cooperation, basically.
It's not really cooperate. It's like when you.
No, it's not like a.
when you when you want something and I want something else and we reach a midpoint. What's that?
Middle ground?
Negotiation.
No, it has a
deal?
name. It has a name with a C as well. I think.
I don't know what you want, man.
He's on drugs, clearly. I don't know.
I've said too many swear words. But
that's gonna be terrible.
Yeah, what I meant is like it's not real cooperation because
It isn't, yeah.
in real cooperation you both want to both succeed.
Yes.
Right.
You want to both succeed, but you want to succeed more.
That's not success. in cooperation, everyone wins.
Yes.
In competition, only one person wins. Yeah, and that middle ground that I was saying.
It's not that you want. It's not that you don't want the other person to win. It's that you don't care.
So that's not cooperation. That's what I'm saying. That's not cooperation.
I'm gonna die.
That's what I'm saying.
It's true, man.
That's not cooperation. You know.
Yeah.
In a situation where when resources are not shared but
Yes.
limited,
Yes.
it's competition.
Yes.
So it's competition at all times. You know, because you only have competition or cooperation when there's a conflict. You know, when there's something you both want and there's a limited amount.
Yeah.
So
But-
that's on the only moment where, because there's so much that you'll never have to enter into conflict. So nobody cares enough to actually,
Yeah.
use the extra effort. So like nobody is trying to take away the air all for themselves because there's way too much air to even care about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that like idea of cooperation or competition can only exist when there's potential for conflict.
Yeah.
You know? And what I'm saying is that the environment right now is of competition. That's the baseline. And I feel like that's... I don't like it. It's very personal. I think it's also taste and also moral. I don't like...
Yeah.
I never liked competition. I feel at the end of the day, it only leads to destruction, not construction.
Yeah.
It tends to destruction, not construction. Yeah. So, and I feel like school mimics the real world. It's just like it mimics the values of your society. And the values of your society are not of cooperation. So school is competitive.
It's brainwashing.
Oh boy, here we go. Okay, so something that I think we can all agree is that before university, there's a lot of we gotta figure out.
No, but that is...
School is brainwashing.
I'm trying to finish the episode feeling...
Okay, sorry. Well, we can keep going next episode because I still want to talk a little bit about this.
No, I got more! We got more, stick around.
You're mean!
Don't shut Philip up. Just let him finish what he was trying to.
We'll keep going next time because I think there's more to talk about that
more
word
to
alone.
unpack.
From that word alone, like brainwashing. That's a lot to unpack there. So we'll keep going.
So we'll see you in the next one.
You can support the show by subscribing to our YouTube channel or listen to us on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. If you want more, you can follow us on Instagram at RambleBoxOfficial. That's at RambleBoxOfficial. Or you can check for more content in TheRambleBox.com. That's TheRambleBox.com. Links are in the description. That's the end of the show. We'll see you next week. Bye!